Debby Powers, and I'm an attorney, work remote, and we live in Plano, Texas. We just moved here from New York City.
Yep. Jim Powers. I am in between jobs. I left my extremely stressful job in New York City to move to Texas for a better life.
When I lived in New York, I was very active, and then the pandemic hit, and I was stuck at home for almost a year. And we finally got out. I came to Texas. I visited my sister. We were going to move, and I broke both my ankles and had surgery here. Stayed here for an additional 5 weeks. Went back to New York, and I still couldn't walk. And then I had infections in my ankles, and I had 2 other surgeries, and spent multiple times in the hospital, multiple hospital stays. And so as a result, not only did I gain a little bit of weight, but I also lost my mobility. I really had a really hard time walking, right? Up and down stairs. My muscles were really tight. I was in a wheelchair for like 5 months and walked with a walker. And then when I came to Texas, I had just started walking like about a month and a half, right? I was still a little bit shaky, but I knew I needed to get back into exercise. So that's how I did some research and found you guys, get you in shape.
Before, I used to, pre-pandemic, I used to walk to the subways and buses, try to do my 5 miles a day without fail and everything. And it was kind of maintaining my weight, but my job was unbelievably stressful. I mean, I would stress eat, panic eat. I barely get up from my desk some days. I literally, almost run to the bathroom. And when you're doing that, you literally eat whatever's there. You know, if there's a snack on the wall behind you, you're just like this, and it's still working. And I came here to start afresh, not anew, but afresh.
Yeah.
And Deb found you guys. She was doing some research, and she researched into it. Talked to you, did a little more research, and read all the reviews and all the good things and everything. And she's like, you know what? This might be good for you too. I was never the exercise buff. I was never the gym rat. I was already that. So,
he hated exercise.
Yeah. It
was pulling teeth to get him to we'd go for walks and he'd take his camera and take pictures. It was hard for him to even get to speed. But what really did it for me was our first time here. I was a little nervous because like I said, I hadn't really been walking or doing any exercise, and my muscles were really tight. But Cindy, I forgot which Cindy, but she wasn't the one teaching the class. She was the other Cindy who was taking the class, and she sat her mat next to me and Jim, and helped us along. And I thought that was like the thing that made me say this is going to be okay. I can get through this. Yeah, they're going to modify for me, and then everybody else was so nice too.
It was nice. We could tell right away that everyone how friendly and outgoing and
giving,
and giving and inspirational everybody was.
I really love though the fact that we have to check in, the check in, and you have to drink your water and then drink your water and then do your workout and be accountable for that.
And the messages. It's the little things that matter to me the most, and just sending a little chat every now and then you do, or a phone call, or a text, or a little message through the app, and you get a couple letters in the mail and everything. Right. Those things mean the world to me. Showing how we're here, we're still here. We're not just here to take your money and whatever, and hope you show up. We're here constantly, and it helps us keep it in our head.
Right.
It's a constant motivational thing. So I think that's a huge motivational tool to me.
All right. So most places make their money by taking your money and then hoping you don't show up, because the more people they get to join, the more money they make. And then if you don't show up, the more people can join, and there's more room. There's room for everybody. Here, it's like the opposite. You only have so much room, and you only take so many people. But when you actually care that people show up. So it's more like a requirement. That's the biggest difference. The biggest difference is here, you're wanted to show up. Other places you're not. So we've been in Texas for 2 months, and we've been in the program for about 5 weeks?
About 5 weeks.
About 5 weeks. Yep. And the biggest difference is when I first moved in October, I was still limping. I couldn't get downstairs without holding on. I couldn't even walk off a curb without holding on. and it was more of a mobility, and since I've been doing the program, it's such a difference from the first day I doing the mat work and getting up and down from the mat doing exercises. I couldn't really do it, and he had helped me up, and now I can kind of get up on my own. I have more flexibility, and I can actually walk down steps without holding on. It's a big thing. I was in a wheelchair for 5.5 months, and it was really almost like, I wouldn't say bedridden, but when you live in a small apartment in the city, there's not really places to go or do. So it's been really life-changing, this program, for me.
Yeah, and it's not just her ankles healing, it's also strengthening around her ankles. So I think that's been a big
Yeah,
thing
working
too.
on all the things, the flexibility, the balance, all those things, plus building muscle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I've lost, let's see now,
11.
about 11 pounds so far. Focusing on what we eat, everything I eat, I think about now, because again, the little things that I think about, and how I'm motivated now. Like I said before, I was never much of a gym rat or anything like that, but now I'm motivated that hey, you know what? We're gonna go back to New York for Christmas, and I want to look a little thinner. And if we go back in the summer, I want to look a little thinner and stronger, and fitting in things. And I put on a shirt, and I didn't have to stretch it to fit. It feels great.
You're very productive.
I've been very productive.
That it is not just a program for weight loss, but it's a program for lifestyle changing, and weight loss kind of comes with that, and that the program is just different from any other program because it really makes you accountable. They want you to show up, and you will show up because you feel that motivation.
Get all of you in shape. It's not just your body, but your soul, your spirit, everything. Helping out everybody. Like I said, the program not only focuses on me, the you part, focuses on us as, not just us, but us as a group, as together. We are like a little family, and it's getting all of you in shape.